Alright guys, so wash and chat time, but this one, it's one of the few rare ones that we do, and this one is the exit interview. So yes, the GLC 63S is leaving us, and I'm just giving it its final wash, and I'm going to talk to you exactly the reasons why we're selling and potentially what's next. Alright my friends, so I love a good wash and chat. I know you love it too, so I've got a few different angles cracking at you, so let's go and do it. Before somebody, I'm going to get this out the way, before somebody comes onto the comments and says, why do you always wash clean cars? First of all, the car looks extremely clean. This car hasn't been washed for about 2 weeks. It's covered in bird, fly, kill everywhere. The rear wheels, Jesus Christ, yeah, really bad. So yeah, the car needs a wash. So, wheel foam, again, carbon ceramics. I'm going to use this as the only cleaning method. In fact, before I do that, when you get to undress, I still recommend the undress. Like I always say, it's one of these things that needs to penetrate something super porous. The amount of gunk your tires get, I would seriously recommend it. Ooh, look at that. Can't be beaten. So as you can see, the newest, the latest and the greatest, the collaboration gun, MTM, Mosmatic, us, and MTM Italy as well, and MTM US, so obviously 4 countries, one piece nozzle assembly. I hope you're all loving it. It's been absolutely flying. Look at that. Oh, my face is just not focusing on it. Looks really nice. Super happy with it. Super proud. All right, so I'm gonna use this as a bit of an update. Obviously, I'm saying that this is a wash and chat exit interview special, so obviously we're going to talk primarily about car or this car. So yeah, as you can still see, I'm still in my setting. At V1 HQ, in fact, I probably will talk about that as well because, well, I'll explain to you why I'm willing to talk about it a little bit more now because of what's happened. So V1 HQ, I just want to, something has actually reminded me. As I was setting up, I've just received a message from a young guy in America. He's got 6 followers. And he literally, he messaged and he said, hi, you know, I like the way your business operates, blah, 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 you know, all that type of stuff. I'm setting up my own little detailing business. I want to follow my passions. Can you please tell me? Mind you, I thought he was going to say, can you send me some free stuff? Now, that would have been a different reply. I haven't replied to him as of yet. But basically, I'm setting up my little own thing. I want to pursue my dreams, my passions. What difficulties, or what are the biggest difficulties that you have faced as a business setting up and growing, all that type of stuff? So the reason I've just given you that little prerequisite is because I'm going to slightly talk about it, and then we'll kind of go into the car as well. This always turns into a deeper chat than it's actually supposed to. So, as I was saying, you could still see I'm in the V1 setting still. And people will think, well, you've closed the store, which, by the way, you know, 99% of our sales, like I always keep saying, are online. So the store is literally for the local people. And then if you are traveling the country, people want to have a bit of FaceTime with us and stuff like that, which is also great. But yeah, people will think, well, you've closed your store. Moving on now, this is the 5th week. It's Monday, by the way. So the beginning of the 5th week. Why are you still, you know, at this place, and why not at your new place, and how come we haven't seen it? I'll get to that in a second. So again, I'm still at our place, because what's currently happening, when we first signed the lease on our new place, first of all, there was a delay, legal delays. So again, it's not as easy as read this and off you go. There was a little bit of negotiation type of thing happening. So obviously after all of that was signed, we were kind of ready to go. Our current landlord, Linda, what a lovely lady. Obviously she's just co-invested into the new place, I believe, with her son. So as you can imagine, we tried to negotiate a couple months free because of what I'm about to explain to you. You know, we kind of thought it was going to help. But as you can imagine, if you put yourself in their position, you've just invested quite, you know, a large sum of capital. You want to try and get some money back. So basically, both sides win, both sides lose type of thing. So we said, right, fine. Obviously, we've got no choice. We're going to have to pay for that place. So we're currently paying for all locations here, while we're paying for the location at our new place. So as you can imagine, it's a double financial burden. We're inoperable here kind of things. So we've stopped. So we've had to send out a mass email to our dealers, which are all international. So basically their order values, you know, are not 50 quid. So we've had to send that email, say, look, after a certain date, we will not be able to process. Not that we don't want to, we just don't want, we can't process our orders, international orders, because again, we've lost, well, we're going to lose that unit first. So the distribution unit where the magic happens, like I say, first. So again, we're going to have to kind of rejig, and there's a ton of stuff, as you can imagine. Really stressful time for us. So I've lost my track of thought. Yeah, so we're paying for two places at once. It is not easy. Going back to that young kid's question, what kind of difficulties are you facing? Well, the first difficulty you face, you will unfortunately have to deal with idiotic people. And by the way, like I said, I am going to video the living hell out of this little mini series when the time comes to actually highlight exactly what is happening here, because I've got nothing to hide. So we're paying for one place, so we're paying for this place, we're inoperable. We've lost the store capability, so to speak, which is again fine, because 95, 99, whatever % of our sales are online anyway. So thank you all for keeping to support us. So it's an extremely crazy time. The house, like our house was up for sale because obviously we're moving business, so we're gonna move house as well. So we're gonna have to move basically our entire life because of idiotic people. Now, the reason we had to move, and for the people who have seen any of our media, and or the people who definitely have been in here, now you must admit, that place in there looks like an Apple shop. Beautiful. We had beautiful signs, just everything's nice. We pressure wash the stupid floor every other day. So first of all, the landlord was not happy with the signage because of another council somewhere up north. The council changed the rules, which is fine, you know, the covenant, if anybody, you know, knows legal words, but the covenant in that county or borough was changed. So rather than just changing 25 units, 30 unit leases, they've decided to change the whole thing countrywide. So all of a sudden, £4,500 of signage had to come down. As you can imagine, I wasn't happy, Kelly wasn't happy, but like, well, it was okay for a year and a half, why now? You can't do that. So, well, look at your lease. It says no signs. So we looked at our lease, the YumCars lease, which is very important. And it didn't say nothing about signs. What it did say, it's a very grey zone. What it did say is, remove your signs, if you have got signs, upon, the release of the units. Now you tell me how that sounds. Can you or can you not? It doesn't say you can, but it doesn't say you can't. So there was a big battle. We left, I think it was 1 or 2 gas canisters waiting to be collected outside, which we have done now for coming up 4 years. Again, that wasn't a problem. All of a sudden it became a problem. We then randomly received a letter from the legal team saying they hit us with some, I don't know, section notice. So this is just, look at it from a bird's eye view, right? The only crime we committed is paying all the bills on time, as I say, right? That's the only crime we committed. So the signs were all of a sudden a problem. The best signs in the country were a problem. Everybody who knew about this situation, even the sign makers, were like, you must be joking. Anybody in the UK, worldwide, America, wherever you're watching this from, you tell me, especially in the UK, 72% of my viewers are UK viewers. You tell me, have you ever driven a business park, any business park, and driven to where there was no signs on the business? I will wait for that answer, and please answer them in the comments. I will answer you that question already. The answer is no, right? So it's a stupid rule. So all of a sudden, the biggest tenants on site have been told, you can't have this, you can't have that. You've got a clean unit. By the way, all the area managers were coming in here, showing their new people around. Oh, look at this place, look at this place. This is what you could do with a unit of this size. So again, isn't that a big contradiction? Now, the reason I'm kind of telling you the story, I don't want you to feel sorry for me or us. I just want to tell you the truth, because I hate when people lie. So, as I was saying, it's very contradictory information. First of all, we're the best tenants in the country. The biggest joke is one of the people, I'm very careful what I say here, one of the people even came here and said, we've got a new media person, and the meeting happened at head office, and apparently who can they use, what can they use? And apparently a unanimous answer was, YumCars, come to our place. Well, they wanted to come to our place and take pictures of the units, pictures of the signs. So something, if you're a normal, literate person, something's not adding up. So somebody's got it in for us. I don't know who. We've looked into the ownership of the company. So we get hit with a letter saying you've got to forfeit this. First, you've got to forfeit the ones on the back then, and then this is the biggest laughable joke of them all. We're the only unit apparently in the main YumCars unit. If you've seen me film it inside, people have come down, the nice unit. That unit, we're the only people in the country who are apparently left in a lease, as they call it. And we signed that lease back in 2018 with a breakout clause every 3 years, so it's 2022. And the last break point we missed because, again, we didn't think we're going to get shafted. So the last break clause was August 21, which was about this time last year. And the next one is in 2024. So apparently these people want us out because of nice signs, but they're forfeiting 90% of our property, or they want us to forfeit 90% of our property, but only keep us in one place. And basically the 4 years that we've worked really hard for to expand our capability and stuff like that, they said, well, now you've got to operate in 3/4 less, right? Basically, which again, if you're a literate person, that doesn't make sense either, because it's impossible. We've got units dedicated to storage alone, the size of that unit. So how can you operate, film, pour, pack, the usual stuff out of one place? You can't. So this is the reason why obviously we're moving. I'm going to do a dedicated video. I'm going to absolutely nail them to the wall. Nail them so hard that they wouldn't know what hit them. So yeah, so we had to close the store because we took the signs down and it looks like Baghdad. And then apparently we received a letter, an email, literally like on Monday. So we closed it on Saturday. We had like the last day on Saturday so everybody could get there. And we received an email saying, well, the landlord wasn't happy because you apparently were saying bad things. Now, that post is still up on Facebook/Instagram. It's a carbon copy, obviously. It's a picture of the GTS. It was posted in early July, maybe late June. It's saying basically the store's getting closed. Please go and read that post. I'm keeping it. Please go and read it. And tell me exactly what we said. We just said we removed the signs down as per the landlord's request, which is accurate. And apparently we said some nasty things, which again is really funny. We even do what we're told and we're still not in the right. We actually brought business to the people in this unit, well, this compound. We, you know, there's accountants here and all that type of stuff. And obviously people have left and there's been, like we have a lot of business owners who come here and they'll drive past another unit when we were allowed signs. And they'll say, oh, there's an accountant or there's something else, I don't know. People move. But yeah, like we brought kind of business to business. So like I always say, people, please take this as my, you know, honest phrase, that I always believe that there's two sides to a story. And when I hear something, when somebody gets hammered, I always think, well, you must have done something. That's what I think. But when I look in on this situation, I'm thinking, what can you do? You put signs up, you put, you know, 20 grand worth of floor down, paint all the walls, the best LED lights around, and apparently that's not good enough. And then there's people over there, if you've been here, you know who I'm referring to. There's people over there who, you know, can mark the concrete. I'm just looking at it now. I'm too embarrassed to show you, right? It's gotten worse and worse over the years, but it's okay to mark concrete and stuff like that. So on this one, I don't know what the second side to the story is. Look at that fan pattern. Oh, wonderful. The optimal flow rate, optimal PSI, as you can see. Look at that. Beautiful. I've just been thinking, welcome to the YumCars exit interview of a car. What do you talk about? No cars. kind of all leading into it, you know. It's, if you want to catch the in-between of the in-between, this is why you watch the Wash and Chat. So yeah, guys, I struggle to believe, you know, we're at the peak of our growth, having the time of our life. We've got a beautiful partners, you know, America, Spain. We've signed to buy some things from more beautiful partners. Switzerland, you know, MTM Hydro, Italy, Velocity, you know, US, who kind of made this good. Like, you can't complain. If you complain in the position that we're in, you'd be stupid. So, and then they come here and they just hit us with, I don't know. So then imagine, you know, with everything that's happening in the world, you're then forced to go and look for a unit that you're not ready to look for. I think we could have had another year. I mean, we could have stretched it out to the next break, which was 2024, and we would have moved then anyway. But yeah, we were looking, well, before I get onto that one, you know, we took the signs down, hence why I'm filming at weird angles. But we took signs down, we took everything, like we even said yes to them. We just thought, right, okay, if you want to be idiots, like, we'll do what you want. I just don't want no drama. I've always said this, I hate drama. But still, that wasn't good enough, and they hit us with this bombshell. But anyway, we then got forced to look for a unit that we weren't ready for. And then with everything that's happening, basically, if anyone's in the market for a unit, this is what I got told, is because in the last 2 years, anything above a certain size, like basically 1,000, 1,500 square feet up, it's almost impossible, like the real estate market for commercials, is extremely hot. I mean, some units get put on for a day and then they just get whipped off because everybody's got the drop shipping, Amazon businesses and all that type of stuff. So we're looking for units and there's nothing. There's literally nothing. So imagine that put us into a position of you've either got a unit like of this size, one, maybe two, not enough. You've got monsters like 30, 50, 100,000 square feet, which again, at the minute we're not ready for, but we will be very soon. Or you've got units in a location that we don't want to be in. So that puts a lot of stress mentally. It's like, you wouldn't believe the amount of stress that caused. Also, whilst these people keep emailing you every other day saying they don't like your hair, they don't like you're too tall, you're too this, it's just, you know, you can imagine. And we're trying to operate as normal, film as normal, ship orders as efficiently and as effectively as we can. It was just an absolute nightmare. So we're looking, there's nothing, absolutely nothing. We went to look at a brand new build here somewhere about half an hour away. Beautiful, and we were almost ready to take it. It was 2 units side by side, brand new development, unreal. I think the total square footage was about 11,000 square feet, like 6,000 and like 5,000. 5,000 is a little bit too big for me. I mean, you know, I spend more of the time in the distribution unit than I do anywhere else, but I thought, oh, maybe, you know, it's kind of like a sign, I could film more and kind of develop things from there, but then their terms were a little bit unrealistic, so we kind of like left it. So we left it for a couple of days, and we basically were just looking at units all over, and we looked at bloody Scotland, London, France. It didn't matter to us where we moved. We moved with the business. Kind of, we were a little bit stuck. And then we found a new build up there. There was a nice, literally it's just a plot of land even now. And you can have whatever units you want. And we chose 3, and we were going to buy, actually. We were going to go on a commercial mortgage and take the hit, kind of, because it's still classed as an investment. But they were saying it was going to be built sometime in the autumn. Now you tell me what autumn is. Is it, you know, the first part of autumn, middle, or the last? Now we've got a friend who's just had a unit built for him, and he's about 8 months behind. He's moved in already, but 8 months behind. So we're thinking, well, if it's 8 months behind, imagine autumn, you're going to go into winter, you're probably into spring next year. So that got canned very quickly because it was literally a plot of land. There wasn't even a single brick being delivered yet. So anyway, without going too deeply into it, I'm going to do a dedicated video on this. That's where we were. We're about to start moving one of the units into that unit, and we're going to obviously kind of mash it around a little bit like the best we can, and we will survive, but there's a reason for this. I'm going to talk about the car now. Why I went on a massive tangent. Why we're still here, because basically, to summarize before I do the dedicated videos, is you're going to see the building vlogs, you're going to be talked through exactly what's happening and why it's happened on there. And for now, basically, we're in a gray zone. We're moving into a place that's not ready to our spec. We're getting it obviously improved to our spec, but while that happens, we're in this in between now. And while that happens, we have to live here. We're going to hand that back 31st of August, in the best state that it's better than new in there. We're going to hand it back, say thank you so much. I believe in karma. These people are going to see karma, whether it's in a year, 10 years, you know, I truly believe in that law of attraction. So I'm going to let bygones be bygones, as they say. We're going to then hand back all the back stuff. I think it's October/November, so there's no rush at that point. And that unit, 2 years unless anything changes. I'm not sure, but looks like it's not. So we're going to basically be paying for an empty unit. We're not even going to be living in this area anymore. But yeah, I just wanted to set the preface while we're still here. Obviously, I've got plenty of videos like launching anyway prior to this, so by the time you see this video, more than likely that unit's going to be completely gone. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And now let's get back to the real reason why we're filming this video, exit interview. Let's go. So I know what you guys are like. You'll probably want to hear more of what I just mentioned, so do not worry. I don't want to ruin this video by talking about it, because we're talking about something else. But yes, I'll talk about it, trust me, and I'll explain to you exactly what, and everybody can then know sometimes what challenges people are faced with. Now, so V3 Lance, Mosmatic, MTM US/Italy, what a partnership. Fantastic. All T304 stainless, the fully rubberized nozzle assembly. I can't complain. So my usual fashion, I'm going to be selling the car on in the condition that exceeds any other condition, including dealerships. So at least when the next person drives it away, I'll talk to you how I sold and stuff like that. At least then when they drive away, it's fantastic. We're going to see how the coating is still holding up absolutely fantastically, so can't really complain about that. But yeah, rinse, I'm going to foam it. Again, I may skip some of the rinses because this car has got a lot of kind of roadkill on here in terms of flies. So if I need to foam it twice or use citrus twice, then I may. But I don't want to I don't want to kind of bore you with all the rinse steps. But look at that fan, look at it. It's just, you just can't beat it. US manufactured spray nozzle is just fantastic. So I've got some citrus. I'm just quickly going to pre-treat this prior to foam, because this front is peppered. It's just running down, beautiful. It's pre-mixed 5-to-1. Literally the car actually luckily has only been driven in technically dry conditions. It's been really nice weather here, so I'm not going to go around the whole car. There's no point. Alright, so I've got 250 ml of foam. It's going to be more of a decon wash this. Ooh, just so I can reset the paintwork a little bit, and then obviously we're going to put some nice drying aid down. You can see it's very thick. So we're going to get a bit extra dwell time with this. You've got a little bit of citrus around the front end. Going to really remove those flies nice and easily. The goal is to get as much water onto the panel as possible. It's not about pressure. Testing a new bucket. As you can see, it's got rubberized floor teeth. It's got a ridiculous handle on it. Super expensive bucket. If you think our buckets are expensive, whew, you want to see this one. So, exit interview. I went on a rant that was probably not designed for this video, but again, I got a few emails today which reminded me of it, so I thought, why the hell not? So anyway, I've got a tradition, and a lot of real, I would imagine, car guys have got this tradition also. You know, the people who truly care, the 1%, as I call them, the mad few. I've got a tradition that whether we're trading a car in, selling it, scrapping it, whatever, it's a tradition for me to hand it back. I've got the introduction washing chats, I've got the exit washing chats. The same thing I do for when I take on a new car. I want to give it a good bath, you know, and get in all the jams and all that type of stuff. So it's the same thing here. I want to give the new owner the fantastic opportunity to experience this car from the time he drives off from our place in a clean, fresh car. It's going to be reset, going to have a good dose of drying aid on here to obviously make the car super slick, all that type of stuff. So first, the reason why we're selling the car, technically, like I've always said, this is Kelly's car and she loved it. Well, she loves it actually, but we came to the realization for now, obviously, as you know, there's a lot of stuff going on in our life. We live in the same house, we come to the same place of work. Why do we need 3 cars? Well, 3 cars. At one point we had 4 cars, right? Now, the most dangerous thing about this is I love cars. I've loved cars since I was a little boy. Now, when you've got a little bit of means to buy these cars, and I use that word, you know, in a very polite manner, I've got, you know, I'm just starting to make it in life. Just 0.0001%. So again, when you've got an addiction to something, well, it's not an addiction, but, you know, when you've got a love for something and you can just about start to pay for these things, it could be a very dangerous combination. But I don't care because I love it. So like I've always said, Kelly's my anchor. She's the sensible one. She reels me in. I pull her out, she reels me back in. So we love this car. We've got a lot going on. And she said, look, Nick, why are we driving? Oh, well, not driving, but why do we own 3 cars when we only use 1 at a time? Maybe once a month we'll use 2 because we have to go our separate ways, or I go in later, she goes in later, you know. So, I mean, I love this car. It's an absolute animal. Super easy to maintain. It's been coated. It didn't need to get polished, as you've seen that video. The coating is doing great. You could like literally wash this super quick if you're not on camera, and you're done. So Kelly was like, look, while we move, let's sell the car. The market's really good for premium cars. Let's sell it. Let's see what the price brings back. And, you know, if it's a good price, let's get rid. So I thought, oh, fine, okay. So, again, I think it's for the next 6 months, it's the sensible thing to do. So we thought, right, we've got a new car coming around November time. Now it's been pushed back again. But a newish, well, not newish, brand new car. A new car coming in November time. Why not get rid of this while the market is still, as they say, hot? So I put it up on Instagram stories, as you've seen. I said, cars for sale. Literally within 1 hour, I get a message saying, how much you want for it? So I gave him a price. He said, I'm happy. When can I go and pick it up? Unbelievable, like truly, truly unbelievable. Some of the customers we have, I think it just, that's why I say it in the nicest of ways. It's when I say, you know, I'm just starting to make it. Because there's people out there, like this guy's buying this, or who's bought this, just came in and went bang cash. I don't care. So I was like, wow, okay. So we agreed on a price. He's clearly a follower. He's a customer. So why not? It's going to a good home. Hopefully we can, you know, keep in touch. I like these type of sales. Hopefully we can keep in touch. Oh, the glass, by the way, ooh, super smooth, no contaminants. I'm going to keep the YumCars on, see if he takes it off. But yeah, it's I like these type of sales. It's a little, as I said, we've got too much. We've got car storage problems. we're moving, people want to nail us to a stake. It's just not the right time, if you know what I mean. As I said, we've got a new car incoming in November. If it doesn't get pushed back, I highly doubt now it's going to get pushed back. But we will see. You could never guarantee something unless you've got the kind of the keys in your hand. But again, the car's been super well maintained. We've done all the big services on it. So if you are watching, you know what's been done to it, but it's in the book anyway. Like the roof rail grease, I couldn't believe it was like £900 for that service. Unbelievable. Obviously brake pads, if you remember, brake pads I did, I think it was last November time. Everything's been, you know, we drive this like Miss Daisy, we fuel it up with the best. As always, you know, we look after our things so much. It means a lot to us that we can even drive this thing, never mind own it. So yeah, we thought now is the best time. We're going to get rid of it. The market's really hot, so premium cars keep going up. For some reason, they keep going up. All the medium level cars are dropping, but these cars are flying. I mean, now would be a good time to tell you what I'm getting, but again, I've already had one off-topic tangent, so I'm not going to go there. I'm going to keep that 100% for a separate video, and why. So the main thing with this, like I say in all our exit interviews, is this. A lot of people have messaged us over the time, like over the years, and they've said, look, oh, this is my dream car, whether it be the Mustang or the GTS was a big one for people saying that. A few people obviously have said it with this car, oh my God, it's an amazing car. And you know what, it is amazing. I'm not going to take anything away from the ownership of this car, but I always say this, one day we're all going to pass away. I have a really weird way of thinking about this. We're all going to pass away one day, so why not experience life to the max? If you're going to buy cars, buy the cars. If you're going to eat. So that's the philosophy I have, and I take it through with me to business. I'm still not a seasoned pro at even controlling kind of my own thoughts, because sometimes it's hard when you deal with import export, you know, when things hit you and it's only a small team, a lot more people have to kind of bear that task. But still, you know, I'm a big advocate of taking it to the way we do business and, you know, just trying new things. Who cares what people think? So that's why we bought this car. You know, we bought it, as you've seen, to develop the coating that can go on a paint job like this. It's worked extremely well. It's, as you've seen on the rinse and stuff like that, it's holding up fantastically. I mean, what more can you ask for? We've had a development, we've got the formula. I've had it probably, I can't remember how long since the coating. I mean, not long enough to kind of say, oh yes, fantastic, but long enough. And hopefully I will continue with the development of this product, because I can keep an eye on it and keep a track of it, if you know what I mean. So that's it really. I've had a fantastic experience with it. I got to go on Car Wow because of this car. Of all the cars, it's this car that took us there. We smoked everybody on winter tires. That's how good this car is, how capable it is. And we really enjoyed the ownership. Obviously a few negatives, if I may, almost like a car review. A few negatives. The seats are extremely uncomfortable. I mean, you can jump in and people go, oh, this is nice. You travel more than 10 minutes in this car, and trust me, you know about it. Them carbon bucket seats are just unbelievable. And the fact that I'm 18 foot tall really doesn't help my ergonomics, if you know what I mean. It's designed for short people and thin people. I mean, I'm not fat, but I'm not exactly the smallest person in the world. So as I said, I take all these experiences with me when I'm old and wrinkly, which is next month, by the sounds of the things I told you. By the sounds of things I told you earlier in the video, in fact, next month is too late. It's next week. I'm gonna completely cave in. But still, irrespective of when I get to that stage, if you can take the mick out of yourself, you've won in life. As and when I get to that stage, you know, it's irrelevant. All of this is an experience, you know. The main thing's Kelly, you know. I bought this car for Kelly. I want to give her the best in life, so I know she wants a massive, well, wrong, not massive, but a very, very nice home. We live in a very nice home already, but as I said, we're selling it, so I need to kind of change that phrase still, because we're now going to look for a new home. But the lucky thing for us in South Yorkshire, there are some very nice locations. It's very sporadic in South Yorkshire. You'll get like a town or a village, and then there'll be like lots of green, and then a town and a village, and then lots of green. So it might actually work for us. But yeah, I wanted to experience. I mean, she likes cars, but she doesn't like cars to how we like cars. She appreciates a nice car, and she likes to look after it. But you know, when you start talking to her about wheels and specs, she's a bit like, which again is fair enough. But as always, I try and always look at stuff or things in the positive. This car's brought us new friends. It's brought us new customers. It's brought us fantastic new development opportunities. And what more can you want? You couldn't ask for more. And then you sell it, you make your money back, and you've gained all of those positives I've just mentioned. You've gained money back in a car market scenario that is almost unheard of. So yeah, I can't wait to actually film more on the new car, why we're getting it. Obviously on the initial subject I touched at the start of the video. I'm going to obviously still super excited for filming and editing the building vlogs. As of right now, they technically haven't started, but soon they will. Alright, so car's washed. I know the camera is probably not picking this up, but it's starting to drop real quick in terms of light. So I've got a really nice like a low aperture lens, so it's putting in more light. So it seems lighter than it is in real life. I'm going to again rinse this car. We're going to blow it dry as usual. I'm going to apply some drying aid outside, and then obviously I will dry the tires off, the wheels off with a wheel and tire towel, but I will let them gas off. That's my thing. If I keep cars in the unit, I let the tires completely evaporate, and then tomorrow we'll come in and kind of finish up the interior. The interior is super clean anyway, but you know, just wipe the interior down, exfoliate the leathers, the plastics, and then hopefully, I think it's Wednesday the guy's coming. Hopefully he comes, he picks it up all well. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Obviously you're doing all this work so it doesn't rain, and it'll be a really nice experience. Ooh, all right, so I've got my little blower. We're going to blow this thing off, little fly, and dry it off as usual. So one of my favorite steps, one of the last steps before I'm going to hit the wheels and tires, drying aid. So you need to get yourself full Prezol bottles with all the liquids, get the labels that stick, and get yourself a bunch of drying aid towels. As you've seen, watch this. This is why overcast is always better. If it was a little bit warmer, I would have shrunk my sections down. Now, get yourself the first official, let's say, drying towel and just dry it. Oh, just feel that slickness start to build. There's almost no need for that secondary towel, but it's just a good habit. Oh yeah. Honestly guys, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for HQ 2.0. I've already filmed a bunch of videos, non-building videos, you know, like a behind the scenes and stuff like that. I just can't wait. You know, the more I think about the situation that we're in and everything that's happened to us in the last 2 years, Kelly losing her mum, you know, business growth, just, you know, whatever that brings, the good and the bad. My grandmother being over in Ukraine and all these things, and you know, there's businesses closing down left, right and centre, and I just think to be put through what we're being put through, it's just unacceptable. So I just cannot wait, and I mean, honestly, I wholeheartedly mean that, guys. There's going to be so much good that comes from the new place. So much good. And the things that we've got planned because of the new place, I won't ruin you the surprise or anything like that, but it's just going to be, it's going to be beautiful. So we just need to survive for the next 2 months. Please keep ordering, please. This whole move and the build and everything is just costing 14 mortgages. It's unbelievable. But yeah, I just cannot wait. You're gonna love it, we're gonna love it. It's gonna bring a lot of benefits to you, it's gonna bring a lot of benefits to us. We've got, you know, a little bit more space, definitely a lot more breathing room. We haven't got Hitler knocking about around the corner. So yeah. So obviously if you come, there's just a little bit of a breeze. If I'm kind of down breeze from the breeze, if you don't want to get any overspray on your freshly dried glass, just spray it directly into the towel. It has the same effect. But yeah, guys, that's the wash and chat. Lights drop. I'm looking at my monitor. It looks bright as hell. It certainly isn't that. That's the beauty of a good wide, well, it doesn't really matter what wide angle lens is, but a good aperture on a lens is really nice. Keeps the light on. It's like literally, I checked the time. It is 5 to 9 at night. And I'm out here drying cars. You've won in life when you do that. You've won, and I've won because you guys watch my videos. You have all the comments, engagement, you know, people starting to talk amongst themselves in the comments, and yeah, it's wicked. That's what I want. I want to build that community of the 1%. And I'm slowly, piece by piece, I'm getting there. And then once I get there, we'll then have another goal to set. It's never ending. Right. Oh. I hope you've all enjoyed the content of what this car has brought to you. Whatever value proposition that is, fantastic. That's all that matters. Is if you've enjoyed watching us countlessly wash these cars, then I'm happy, you know. We've done, I think, I looked at the mile in the year and a little bit that we had it, we did about 5,000, 5,500 miles, so way below average. But we had a few multiple vehicles obviously in use, so it's easy to break down the mileage. I think this, well, the year backwards from today, I think we must have done, you know, 15, 17,000 miles, but just in various vehicles. But yeah, it's been a good 5,500 miles with this car. Luckily, I've had 2 AMGs and 2 AMGs that didn't break on me. I should count my blessings. That's going to send the Mercedes boys wild. What do you mean? Mercedes don't break. The best or nothing. Well, some do, some don't. But yeah, I've had trouble-free miles. What I have had big trouble with is how much this thing costs at the pumps. Especially now at £2 a litre, it's ridiculous. Just feel it a little bit in the air. It's just starting to spit, so I better hurry my ass up. Otherwise I'll be drying the car again. So obviously you've seen me Mr. Drying it all over the place in a good healthy amount. That's the whole point. Is you want to spread the lubrication. There's no point. Imagine this is the whole door, doing this and then potentially just wiping across. I mean, eventually the towel becomes saturated, but I just prefer a few sprays per panel. It's relatively inexpensive and it actually provides a lot of gloss and value in terms of, you know, the slickness and stuff like that. So please don't skimp on it, guys. It's there for a reason. But yeah, I am dropping light. It's starting to spit, as you can probably see with the clouds. It's almost dark, even though the camera's not showing it. But I'm going to finish the wheels and tires. I'm just going to pull the car in just in case the heavens really do open. I do not want to be drying this car twice. I'm going to just finish the wheels and tires, door jambs. I'm going to let the whole car technically kind of like gas off. I'll come back in the morning and I will complete, if there's any drips, obviously I'll kind of sort them out, stuff like that, but I will complete a nice interior detail, which for our cars usually is a hoover and a wipe down and an exfoliator. I like to do the exfoliator regardless of how many miles I've done. And that the car will be done, I will do a nice healthy dose of Dress V2. Let that soak in for the next 24, 36 hours until the guy comes to pick it up. And hopefully we'll have no hiccups. The car will be gone Wednesday, I believe. In fact, off camera he rang there, just making sure it was all good. I said, your ears must have been burning. In fact, America also texted me, how's the move going? I'm going to message them back. Mike, if you watch this, right? Your ears definitely are burning because I'm talking about the move. Yeah, but yeah, I'm going to finish it all off and it should be in good order to continue to its new owner. Boom. That is how it's done, people. Alright guys, so that is the wash and chat done. This is the last probably official wash and chat at this place. Hopefully I didn't derail too much at the start, but like I said, I will continue on that topic. I want to let the whole world know what it's like. One, obviously the struggles of a business and the business owners, and also just how horrible and nasty some people can be in this world. So I will share this. And hopefully as many people as possible watch it and they learn from this. But as I said, last wash and chat, the next wash and chat you see, which is exciting, I can't believe I'm saying this, the very next wash and chat that you're going to see is going to be at the new location. But before we get to that level, what you will see, hopefully, is a ton of building blocks, walk-arounds. I'm going to try again. It hasn't started yet, even now. I think the build-out starts next Monday. It starts, in what capacity it starts on Monday, I do not know, but officially it is the start date. I'm putting this out in the ether. before this happens, I'm going to try and obviously interview some of the builders, see what builders and tradespeople, and you know, catch their thoughts, capture their life. Who knows where the content will take us? But like always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for support and all that type of stuff. You guys are absolutely amazing. And yeah, it's kind of a milestone video, this one. This is it. Car's gone. You know, it built a lot of content for us. This built a lot of customers for us. It's gone now. Obviously, this place technically is gone for us. So 2 milestones in one video. Yeah, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know your thoughts now in the comments below, as always. And as always, I love you guys. I'll catch you in the next one.